Under a blistering sun that burned through the skies of North America, the beautiful game was anything but comfortable. What was supposed to be a celebration of global football at the Club World Cup turned into a stark warning of what lies ahead. At Cincinnati's TQL Stadium, Borussia Dortmund substitutes remained hidden from the heat during the first half, not on the bench, not at pitch side, but in the dressing room. The scene was surreal. The second half saw them return, only to sit under umbrellas like survivors on a beachhead, weathering the blistering sunlight instead of opposition pressure. Dortmund posted it on social media. Our subs watched the first half from inside the locker room to avoid the blazing sun, never seen that before. It was unprecedented, but it made sense. The match had kicked off at noon. A decision that raised eyebrows and body temperatures. Wolfsburg manager Niko Kovac, never one to mince words, voiced what everyone was feeling. It was tough going for both teams. Especially, he pointed out, for his side, who weren't used to these extreme conditions. The heat didn't just test players, it rewrote the script of the tournament. Friday saw yet another weather delay, the fourth of the tournament so far, this time caused by thunderstorms. And this was no isolated anomaly. A brutal heatwave is forecast to strike next week, making what has already been a logistically complicated tournament even more precarious. Orlando bore the brunt. Benfica and Auckland City's Group C match was delayed by over 2 hours due to torrential rain and storm activity. What should have been a routine halftime break turned into a waiting game. Mamelodi Sundowns vs Ulsan HD suffered a similar fate, an hour-long delay in the same city. But worse was to come. Palmeiras vs Al Ahly in New Jersey had a 40-minute second-half delay, while Salzburg vs Pachuca in Cincinnati saw 90 minutes of play disrupted. And looming in the background of all this is 2026. The World Cup, the biggest stage, the grandest dream, the shared responsibility of the United States, Canada, and Mexico. But now, players are feeling what the future holds, early. Dr. Chris Tyler, a respected environmental physiologist from the University of Roehampton, didn't sugarcoat it. Many of the players expecting to compete in 2026 are already getting a taste of what's to come, he said. Extreme heat could become the tournament's most formidable opponent. He's not alone in the concern. Fossil-Free Football, a climate-conscious campaign group, has warned that 10 matches next week will take place under either major or extreme heat risk. Cities like Charlotte will suffer the most, especially in their uncovered stadiums. Real Madrid vs Pachuca is forecasted at a heat index of 38 degrees Celsius, while Benfica vs Bayern Munich could hit 41 degrees Celsius. That's not football weather, that's survival weather. In Nashville, Auckland City's part-timers are set to face Boca Juniors in 41 degrees Celsius, again, in a stadium with limited cover. The fans will sit exposed. The players will chase shadows. Other affected venues: Philadelphia, New York, Washington, D.C., Cincinnati, all bracing for brutal heat. Pasadena saw 32 degrees Celsius during Atletico Madrid vs PSG. Afterwards, Atletico's Marcos Llorente summed it up: "It was terribly hot. My toes were sore. My nails were hurting, it's incredible." Fans left early, not because of the scoreline, but because they couldn't bear it. They waited in long queues. They battled water shortages. Stadium policies clashed with basic human needs. FIFA's response: a mix of optimism and caution. "Our top priority is the health of everyone involved in football," they said in a statement. Cooling breaks are planned in the 30th and 75th minutes. Empty bottles are now allowed, up to 1 liter. Still, fossil-free football isn't satisfied. FIFA have done very little to allay safety concerns, they claim. And the schedule chaos adds another layer. Benfica vs Auckland City was meant to finish an hour before Chelsea vs Flamengo began. Instead, it ended after Chelsea had already lost 3-1. Broadcasters were left scrambling, viewers disoriented. Chelsea boss Enzo Maresca was blunt: "It's not easy because of the temperature." Even the mighty Manchester City, who play next in Atlanta's air-conditioned dome, can't ignore what's happening outside. Pep Guardiola admitted, "Every manager is in the dugout complaining about the heat, the next World Cup will happen here." From a footballing point of view, the quality is suffering. The rhythm breaks. The pauses suck energy. The players can't perform at their peak. But more than that, it's a warning. A loud one. If this is a dress rehearsal for the 2026 World Cup, the cast is sweating, the audience is leaving early, and the curtain might fall before the final act. "Longest game of my career," said Benfica coach Bruno Lage, his voice tinged with exhaustion. "A special thanks to our fans who were here for 5 hours. The passion is still alive. The love for the game remains. But if the climate continues to call the shots, football's biggest stage may become its toughest test." And this week was just the